Cool. That's sick. Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to something a little new today. It's quite early in the morning. The patch just went out for this week's patch. And I was thinking to myself, maybe I should add some structure to this channel. I don't have a ton of structure. Sometimes it's just completely random gameplays. But this, if I did this weekly, maybe it'd add some structure. Maybe you guys would be interested in it. I don't really know. I just figured I'd try this out. So today, we're going to be diving into Playground. And I'm going to be going over all the important things or the things that you're going to care about in this recent patch. And it can be a once a week thing where we kind of go over the items that they add or the changes that they make. And I'll probably go over some important bug fixes as well. But there definitely is enough this week to make a video like this, and I want to get hands-on with it all. So Playground is by far the easiest way to just make sure that we get all of the new stuff. There's been a lot of changes, so we're going to hop into it. I'm going to go through all of it, probably pop up some stuff on screen as well as we go through this. Let me know if you guys enjoy this type of video. I know quite some time ago, a lot of people were interested in me talking about the patch notes, which this is kind of a form of that. It's just a little bit more visual, and I think a lot more interesting. I'm not gonna lie, I have not been in Playground since they added this stuff. Wow. Do I get to... Okay, perfect. This is exactly what I wanted to do. So first up is the brand new ball, the thing that probably most people are here. I probably put that in the title somewhere. So these things spawn at Expedition Outposts. So we're gonna go to one right now and check it out and just see if we can utilize it a little bit, see what this thing has to offer. It says it spawns at Expedition Outposts along with pirate camps. So I don't really know the rates. I think in Playground it should be 100%, right? Isn't that how it works? I'm not actually sure. I barely ever have used Playground. Only to really test out things like this. So. Alright, yes, okay, so maybe they only... I thought that it said it spawns at both Expedition Outposts as well as Pirate Outposts. Yeah, it says right there, and around Pirate Camp loot stashes. So I guess we just weren't lucky or I didn't look in the right spot, but clearly there's a ton of them here. Again, this is Playground, so I don't actually know if this is a guaranteed spawn or not, but we're gonna try this out. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. So we have a grapple on the front of this thing, one of the main features. How far? Oh my god, that is... This is lit. Oh my god! This is amazing. So the range is actually really nice on these. Looks like these things have 300 health. How fast can you grapple? It looks like there's no cooldown whatsoever on this. Another thing I want to test is if you can take fall damage. I'm assuming absolutely not, but your vehicle probably will take the damage for you. Let's test this out. See how much damage this takes. None? I wonder if you can even take damage in this thing. Oh my god, look at this speed. This thing is awesome. Oh, I just figured it out. So apparently my baller boost button is not a default bind. You have to actually add it, I guess. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's awesome. It's got insane range, it looks like. Wow, okay, look, this is a game changer once you actually have the boost bound. What you want to do is you definitely want to make sure you get off the ground first. And then... Yeah, that's how you do it. You want to make sure you get a really nice slingshot and release at the top of the arc right there. That is awesome, so... Oh yeah. Oh my god, it's sick, dude! It's actually so good for exactly what they say it's good for. They say you're able to just kind of fly through the trees, and man, that is actually so true. And it can damage structures. Okay, that's interesting. Doesn't do a ton, but it does damage them. So that concludes the very first part. I know I spent a lot of time on that, but I thought it was by far the coolest. That's actually a very cool vehicle. I'll definitely be using it just because of how fun it is. It doesn't have a ton of health, and I think you're going to be a pretty easy shot in it, so you might get shot out of it pretty quickly, but in terms of just fun factor, probably the best. Now, Wow, it actually just demonstrated exactly what I was going to talk about next. They removed the common infantry rifle, meaning that the green here is the first of those. It's not a huge change. Let's face it, the gun itself sucks and no one likes it, so at least we got one tier of it removed. Nothing is worse than getting a gray infantry rifle, so that's out of the game. So this isn't technically next on the list, this is in the gameplay section, but this I thought was very cool because I cannot believe this hasn't been added yet. They added custom consume animations for all of the healing items. Now I don't have bandages or a medkit on me, but I imagine that they're all pretty similar. We're gonna start off with the chug jug here. I'm excited to see this. Oh my god. That is amazing. I have to cancel it because I wanted to do all the other ones here. Alright, so this is just the big shield. That is so cool. That is so cool. That's the mini right there. No, just kidding. That was the slurp. It's hard to tell when it's in your hand, but the slurp you just pop open right there. This is the mini, very quick. We can actually do the whole mini animation there. That's the mini. We can do the entire slurp now. And I want to just do the chug jug. Hopefully I can get this off. I don't know. The slurp might finish my health before I can get this off here. Oh, it actually goes down in the barrel as well. That is so... I don't... This is honestly something that I figured that they would add very early on in this game. I know that they switched the sound way early on, like Season 2 or something. But they finally added animations for all of these, which is so cool. The next very big change you will see immediately upon playing is the change in the heavy AR. They have decreased it to a common, uncommon, rare, instead of the previous rare, epic, legendary. Which I think is very interesting that they went down 2 positions. Usually they just switch 1 position, but I guess they just wanted this. But I guess it does make complete sense as there is a gray AR, but not a heavy AR. So I guess they just wanted to make that equal, and now we have 1, 2, and 3. The damage from bottom to top is 36, 38, 40. Another thing to note is that clingers have been reduced from a stack of 10 to a stack of 6, which I think is very fitting. And I think what is the final huge change that they have in this update is that vending machines no longer require any materials at all. You get a one-time use vending machine, you get that item for free, and then it disappears. So hopefully that works in creative. I want to see if it does. It does indeed work exactly like intended in creative. So we get the heavy sniper, we get those traps, we get the crossbow. It's really quite an interesting concept. I mean, vending machines were pretty useless 98% of the time, unless you're in that niche situation where the thing that you want is actually extremely vital to you continuing the game. I don't know how I feel about this. Obviously, I'll have to play with it, but it is a very interesting change, and it's really making vending machines a lot more viable, and knowing the spawns are, I guess, a lot more important now because essentially, if the vending machine is spawned there, it's a free item. They also got rid of common and uncommon vending machines, so it's even better now. Now, up next is something that I just want to touch on briefly because I think it is important, and they realize that it's a little bit too overpowered, but they have decreased the rarity or the frequency of treasure chests from chests. They have gone from 0.53% floor loot to 0.27% floor loot, and from chest loot they decreased it from 3.25 to 1.65. So it's actually a pretty sizable decrease, which I think is very good because I don't think that many people should be able to have access to them each and every game. So it's a good change that they decreased it a little bit. I think maybe they should even decrease the amount of items you get from it, unless this is something that they obviously calculated and it will work out perfectly. Oh, I almost forgot to say this. If you want to look at the full patch notes without any of my opinion or whatnot, I will have those linked in the description. I'm not covering a ton of the bug fixes and things that don't really apply to me on PC. There's a bunch of mobile, Xbox, PS4 related things that are probably pretty important. I don't really know because I don't play on those, but they're probably pretty important. I just don't really care. So the last thing that is incredibly cool in the gameplay section is that they added a feature in which elimination credit is now awarded to last damager in case of logging out, self-elimination, and elimination due to storm damage. Current threshold timer is 15 seconds. Another thing that I have always thought is a very strange feature not to have. There's so many situations in which you don't get credit for a kill you worked very, very hard on for a very long time, and it's sometimes even as far as if you don't get that credit for that elimination, you could be dead. Especially now when you get health upon elimination. That is something that I'm very glad that they finally implemented into the game. Oh god. In terms of bug fixes, there is a whole bunch of canon related bug fixes, which is obviously something that you would expect because that's a brand new thing, and it was probably one of those things that was going to be very glitchy anyways, so I'm glad that the entire bug fix section is pretty much canon related stuff. I haven't messed around with it too much, so I don't really know of any terrible bugs. I'm sure there were some. Hopefully they've been resolved. There's also a whole bunch of changes to the ping system. It looks like a lot of things were added and fixed up to make things more clear and nicer. I think I covered pretty much everything that is important, or at least in my opinion that is important and worth talking about for you guys. Let me know if I missed anything, and let me know what you think about a lot of these changes. There's so many great changes this patch. I mean, even just this car, if it was just the car alone, that's sick. Like, I'm having a blast just, I'm gonna have to cut so much out of this video because I have been driving around in this car for so long. Oh my god. Alright, I have to stop. If you want to see more videos like this, again, this is completely new. I haven't really done a summary like this. So if you want to see more, make sure to drop a like. Make sure to throw your comments down, like I said. Subscribe if you're brand new. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.